Slime. We will learn about slime through an easy science experiment. This is the sign for slime. Our experiment is about turning glue into slime or into a bouncy ball. We can do this interesting chemistry at home using commonly available materials. For this experiment, we will need borax that is available at most pharmacies or medicine stores, and a transparent water-based synthetic glue. For example, Fevigum. We can see that this material can easily be bought from a nearby market or from e-markets. Let me explain, after buying materials, what steps are to be followed to make slime. Step 1. First, add borax to water and keep stirring until no more borax dissolves. This is called the formation of a saturated solution. Step 2. Now mix 1 part of synthetic glue with 2 parts of water and stir well. We can add a pinch of food coloring to this to make the slime colorful. Next, add the concentrated borax solution drop by drop while stirring vigorously. Stop adding borax once the slime forms. The slime is now ready. Our next task is making a bouncy ball with this material. For making the bouncy ball, most material used is the same as used for making the slime. So we need borax powder, borax solution, food color, and Fevicol. If we have missed any of the materials, say the Fevicol or the borax solution, then it would be difficult to make a bouncy ball. Therefore, we must have all the material ready to make a perfect bouncy ball. Slime made in the first part is ready. So if we add a solution named borax solution to the undiluted synthetic glue, then it will create a bouncy ball. Do not add water to the glue, as we did for the slime. We can also use the same slime for making bouncy balls or make a fresh batch. Add the borax solution and stir vigorously to completely mix the borax powder with the glue. Once the material becomes rubbery, we just need to roll it in our hands to make a bouncy ball, like this. So here, the bouncy ball is ready with just a small science experiment. Let us understand the concept of cross-linking of the polymer molecules in the glue. Let me explain. What we have done in these experiments to cross-link the polymer molecules in the glue. Common synthetic glue, which we just used in our experiment, typically contains polymers such as polyvinyl alcohol and polyvinyl acetate. They combine together to form the basic structure of glue. These are long string-like molecules that dissolve in water. When we add the borax to these string-like polymer molecules, they tend to cross-link and they form chemical bonds so that the strings get knotted or form knots. If we make many such knots, we can make a bouncy rubbery ball. We can try various glues that we can buy locally. There are 2 types of glues. First, which contain polymer molecules, and on the other hand, there are glues which do not form polymer molecules. For example, a glue like Fevikwik, won't work since they do not have polymer molecules and use a different chemistry for adhesion. Try to use different colors and different glues to see which works well, and try and check the chemical composition of glues to understand what happens with glues with polymer molecules and other glues which do not contain polymer molecules. We have understood the science of glue. Now let's discuss further about some very interesting history. Cross-linking reactions were used by scientists in the West to make synthetic rubber or silly putty during World War II, when Malaysian rubber was no longer available because of trade constraints. A person named James Wright, whom you can see on the screen, was a chemist. He worked at the General Electric Company. He mixed boric acid with silicon oils, as shown on the screen. Silicon oil was invented by Friedrich Kipping at the University of Nottingham in the United Kingdom. With this mix, James found that he could cross-link the silicon molecules and create silly putty, the material that could be used as a substitute for rubber, but it became a very popular toy called silly putty, which you can even buy today. This experiment may have inspired the popular Disney film The Absent-Minded Professor, made in 1961. In this movie, the actor tried some science experiments, and after many more tries, he made a bouncy material. This movie inspired me a lot, and a more recent version, Flubber, in 1997 with the great Robin Williams, where a scientist invents a super bouncy material, was equally interesting. You can also watch these two movies, The Absent-Minded Professor and the other more recent version, Flubber, and enjoy.